In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. I was in the hospital yesterday, and between the front door and the ward I was going to, I was asked to wash my hands 10 times. There were hand sanitizers everywhere. We seem to be on a mass attack against germs that attach themselves to our hands. Children buy flavoured sanitizers in different coloured containers. And some of us possibly might even have a sanitizer in our purse or our car. Today we read that Jesus committed the unforgivable sin of not using the hand sanitizer. He didn't wash his hands before he sat down to dinner. What had begun as a practical means of cleaning dirty hands had become, in the time of Jesus, a religious ritual, like when the priest does the symbolic washing in the middle of Mass, known as the lavabo, the washing. Maybe Jesus' hands weren't dirty, or maybe he was deliberately trying to make a point that was lost on his Pharisee host. After Jesus had spoken, a Pharisee invited him to dine at his house. He entered and reclined at the table to eat. But the Pharisee was amazed to see that he did not observe the prescribed washing of the hands. The Pharisees had turned this hand washing into a required religious action. And so much importance was attached to this ritual that they came to believe that skipping it was the equivalent of insulting God. The host was amazed that a holy man like Jesus would be disrespectful to God. On the contrary, his behaviour was prophetic in that it grabbed the attention of the group so as to open to them a word from God. "O Pharisees," Jesus said, "although you cleanse the outside of the cup and the dish, inside you are filled with plunder and evil. Did not the maker of the outside also make the inside?" Jesus was in the heart sanitizer business. What is more important is that germs on the hands or germs of the heart. How clean people were on the outside was nothing compared to how clean they were meant to be on the inside. Jesus came to wash the insides of all of us. He came to do what no human power is capable of, to forgive sins and to wash hearts with the mercy of God. In the end, our outside shell will disintegrate and blend in with the earth. Our spirit, our soul, will live forever. The Pharisee was horrified that Jesus didn't wash his hand. Jesus was horrified that the Pharisee really didn't care what his heart looked like, for it was covered with plunder and evil. We Catholics are far ahead of the hand sanitizer. For in all of our churches, we have heart sanitizers. They are at the entrances to the church. We call it holy water. And though many of us use this as just a simple reaction as we come into church, our arm goes out, it is intended to be more than that. It's the power of our baptism. It is a reminder of this blessed water. We sign ourselves with the sign of the cross. Jesus stands at the door to greet us and pour out his forgiveness and mercy on us in the only way that he can. Holy water, in one way, is one of the ways that he cleanses us over and over again. Many of us have holy water containers in our homes, and often they're just sitting there unused, or we have them as a way of rejoicing over the healing, forgiving power of the Holy Spirit that releases the various kinds of spiritual germs that have attached themselves to us. Jesus gave the Pharisee a practical step he could to change his heart. But as to what is within you, give an alms, and behold, if you give this charity, everything will be clean within you. Cleanse me, O God, of my sins with your water, that I may be purified. Wash me, that I may be whiter than snow. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.